Right, this is Wayne Boucard. I would say at the hub of creativity, at the studio of Minerva Artists, and having a chat with producer Ricky T. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Ricky T, welcome. How you doing, sir?
What's up?
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man.
Good stuff, good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, considering your hiatus, have you had time to think about the Minerva philosophy? Is it philosophy?
Ah, Minerva. Well, Minerva really was the next step from what I was doing before.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a producer for a number of years, and I suppose having your own label was the next natural step to take. And I guess it was about having full control over what you were doing, you know, because previously, when you worked specifically as a producer, whether your work hits the light of day, you know, it involved having to, you know, other people being in, you know, having something to do with it, and if they weren't quite up for it in some way, you know, you wasn't in your control.
Yeah.
Whereas the projects that I'm working on now, it's with the view from right from the beginning that from recording stage to actually getting the work out there, you're in control of it.
Yeah.
Minerva also represents, I suppose it represents me in the fact that I like to work in different genres.
What's the definition of Minerva? Why Minerva? Why the name Minerva? Where does that come from?
Minerva. Well, I think it's the Greek. I think it's a Greek goddess.
Had to be the Greek.
Of
the Greeks always there.
Music.
Yeah.
Is one of the things that she, you know, she was the deity for. So
interesting.
I kind of like that, and Minerva had a nice sound to it. So I went for that.
Fitted pretty well with your future.
Yeah, so I wanted it to represent all the different things that I was interested in, and hopefully people will see in the near future, you know, the range of different things that we work with. You know, we're working with hip hop.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, hip hop is big, especially UK side.
Yeah.
It's the dominant genre in this country for urban music. And then, of course, you know, I've done the rock before as well.
Yeah.
Still love doing that, and I still love my funk.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to talk to you about a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
So when if somebody was going to ask, well, you know, what's Minerva about? You know, I'm hoping what we can put across is that they kind of cover everything. You know, be prepared to be surprised.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I want to play it. So
you can put that right at the end, Minerva. Be prepared to be surprised.
Yeah. That sounds good, doesn't it? Okay,
excellent.
Cool.
Right, I want to talk about some of the artists that you've got on Minerva Artists.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We mentioned briefly Case Double.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Case Double, and we'll go back. We'll get to another artist, which is Mrs. Alicia.
Yeah.
So, but for now, we've tell us about Case Double.
Okay. Case Double. Very intelligent writer. That's the thing that I really liked about him. A lot of the stuff that I've listened to as far as, you know, UK hip hop and that kind of thing, and you know, I hear a lot of things where, you know, within that genre, there's cliches that people use because they think that people like it, you know, like the use of, you know, like really bad language and swearing and all of that, you know, and you know, to be honest, you know, I think it's a bit mindless. I mean, okay, I'm not saying that, you know, you shouldn't swear, but using it for the sake of it, you know, so it's using that as their main tool to bring impact to what they're trying to communicate. Whereas with Case Double, what I liked was that he brought something else to the table. Yeah. So, you know, I'm not saying that he's a Puritan or anything. But it's in the right place. It's in the right place, and that's what I really liked. And the other thing that I really liked about him was that he was more open to musical influences.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I can understand that, you know, I mean, back in the day, I probably was guilty of it myself,
Yeah.
where, you know, you kind of try to emulate whatever you think is the biggest thing that's happening at the time. And it's very easy to get, you know, pulled into that.
Yeah.
But what I liked about K Stubble was that he was prepared to go for the things that
Yeah.
wasn't run, you know, run of the mill. Wasn't, you know, he was more interested in being different and doing it first.
Yeah. How refreshing is that?
Well, that's the
For
for
you,
for
as a
me.
producer, yeah.
I honestly believe that if you're a musician or if you're a rapper, if you take that approach of doing it first,
Yeah.
you already understand that that's the way you get remembered.
Yeah.
You know, it's about doing it first. It's not about doing it second or third, or when it's rinsed, whatever it is rinsed out and tired out. It's about trying to think originally.
Leading from the front.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you're taking a risk when you do, you know, if you set out to do things differently from everybody else. But to me, that speaks of that person's creativity. I mean, if they're ready to do that, prepared to do that, then there's you may not get it right every time, but you're more likely to leave your mark if you're doing something that's really coming from
So that's
you.
who's going with him. You're currently producing an album with him?
Yep.
EP?
We're currently working on an EP.
Okay.
We've got a number of tracks recorded already.
Yeah.
People are going to be surprised when they hear what he's coming with, for real.
Excellent.
And then we'll be looking really at the end of 2012 with, you know, a release of an album. We'll be ready with an album then.
Well, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And Ms. Alicia.
Ms. Alicia.
Tell us about Ms. Alicia.
Well, Miss Alicia, yeah. Again, prolific writer. And I suppose that's what I look for, you know, is originality in somebody's approach. And she has a great way of making, you know, everyday situations, you know, really accessible. Making the mundane things sound interesting. You know, it's all about the angle that she uses to write. And, you know, and as a vocalist as well, you know, I think she's coming with something a bit different. The area that we're kind of operating in is, you know, from production point of view, is kind of in the neo soul area.
Okay.
That's another one of my great loves. So just everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm down with it. Love, you know, the jazz influences and stuff. And you know, Miss Alicia tunes into that really well. You know, so it's a nice synergy that we have, you know, with what she's doing and you know, the production direction that we're going in. Again, we've done a few tracks already, kind of thing. It's shaping up really nicely. It's really well, really well. Yeah, I'm really happy with the progress that we're making with that.
So we need to look out for Ms. Alicia.
Ms. Alicia,
is it
yes.
Ms. or Miss? Ms.
She likes Ms, and that's
cool.
That's what we're going with.
Excellent
on that
stuff.
one, yeah.